So welcome to the week 7 and 8 of fundamentals of marketing. In this video, we will discuss about what we have covered in week 7 is all about the marketing mix, and week 8. These are the learning outcomes, marketing mix strategies, and the marketing plan. These are the learning outcomes of this lecture. Again, we have discussed that marketing mix in previous lecture as well in week 5, but again for the that was the most important step that student has to cover in their poster plan presentation. So again, that has been discussed in the separate topic in the class about product, price, place, and promotions. And specifically in the week 5, we just studied about what simply like what is products and what could be the elements. And then in this we have put more information in regarding what types of the products could be for the customers, or sorry, what are organizations producing kinds of products like consumer and the business products. So in the consumer products, we have discussed a product bought by final consumer for personal consumptions. For example, durable goods. There are non-durable goods as well. Durable goods are like mobile phones, music player, washing machines, etc. Non-durable goods that are perishable, and like for example food, water bottles, magazines, etc. And then business products, capital equipment goods and accessory equipment goods, and products. We have discussed the products. New products development. New products could be improved from a different country to sell the new product which is not available in your country. And new product could be developed through collaboration with suppliers or competitors. If a company observes that there is a need to produce new product in the market according to the requirement of the customers, this is one of the factor. But there is the supplier and the competitor, oh sorry, the competitors could also affect what kind of products are needed to produce in the market. So once the organization identify like what they are their competitors are doing in the market, so in competing with them, they identify the need to produce the new product in the market so they can compete with their customers. So this is how the new product development could be made, in terms of watching or observing your competitors. And then new products could also be developed by market research and development by making minor changes to existing product. For example, you can make an incremental innovations into the existing products. For example, Coca-Cola, Nestle, Unilever, there's so many companies that are making improvements in their existing products to just to compete or to target new markets and to remain in the list of the good companies and to compete with their competitors. This is how they can make the changes into the existing products. For example, they can change the packaging to attract more customers. They can add flavors to the existing products, or they can launch a new range of the existing products as well. So making a variation is very important to survive in the market. There are 6 stages of new product development, like first of all, the idea has been generated, and then screening, and then product development and selection. Business plan has been made. What would be the marketing analysis? Then test the marketing, and then commercialize that product. So basically, in class, we have discussed these 6 stages in very detailed about taking one example, and then there is a video on the stages of the product development, and then we have discussed what is the branding. Why do there is a need to make a brand? Branding is a process that helps business to differentiate their offer products in the market, and strong and positive brand position creates long lasting impact on customers and leads to customer retention. So this is basically a definition of branding. And then we have discussed some of the very famous brands that are in the market, and we have discussed why there is a need and why these brands are successful nowadays. So that discussion has been made in the class, and why branding is important. And then we discussed about the price, like internal factors we have discussed, and the external factors discussed that could affect the price. For example, internal factors are direct overheads, indirect overheads includes, and then marketing budget, product value against price of products, and product demand in the market, alternative available in the market at their prices, export rate, difference of currencies and taxes. So these are the internal and external factors that could affect the pricing of the product. Then we have activity in a class to discuss some factors affecting the price decisions. For example, students were able to identify how much the price was the X before the COVID, and how much the price of the necessity products like about 2 years ago. So they can differentiate what factors are affecting the economy or the organizations overall. So the prices are being changed or increased or decreased on some points. Then discuss some factor affecting the pricing strategies, for example, in that activity. And the possible answers was marketing objectives, the cost, market and demand, the competitors. So these are the factors that could affect and pricing strategies of any product. And then we discussed about the place strategies, and then there's an activity on the place, and then we have discussed about the examples of reaching target market. We have discussed about this Samsung, and then we have discussed about the promotional mix, and that is the video on promotional mix strategies. And then we have discussed the various stages, and we discussed about the marketing plan, what could it include, and executive summary, for example, current market situation, SWOT analysis, objectives and issues, marketing strategies, action programs, budgets, and then controls. And there is a video on the importance of the marketing plan. And then there is an activity is available on the Moodle for the post-class activities. Students are referred to watch the Moodle to refer to that activity. And that is all the summary of the lecture 7. We have discussed the marketing mix strategies and the marketing plan in detail. And this is what we are covering in the week 8 slides. This is in week 7, we will discuss these points. So moving towards the week 8 lecture, in which we have discussed about the businesses, the impacts of using internet and advanced technologies on businesses. We discussed what is the small businesses and what are the internet related business activities. And we have discussed the information and communication technologies on small businesses. And we are going to cover the role of social media on the growth of small businesses. So these are the learning outcomes that students are expected to learn after week 8. And there is an how Starbucks started from small business. So we initially discussing a small businesses that are largely grew up in past 5 to 10 years. Starbucks is one of the biggest examples. And we discussed the definition of the small businesses, and here are some sources has been provided in the slide, so student can refer to these sources. And we have discussed about turnover or balance sheet, total headcounts and business size, like what could be the business size, and how many employees could be work there, and what could be their total revenue. So this is the information has been given as an example to the students. And then think about activities that using web as a support. For example, small businesses, how they can utilize the sources on that available. For example, e-commerce and online advertising, how they can utilize this. And then there is a video on the e-commerce and e-businesses, for example, how the small businesses are grow up now utilizing the e-commerce and e-businesses tools. And we have discussed the role of internet on small businesses, like how internet could be a like vast platform for the small businesses to grow up into the new market or expand their market share. And then we have discussed the role of internet on small businesses. For example, the direct benefits and indirect benefits has been discussed, and the role of ICT on small businesses has been communicated. And after that, we just have watched these videos on the small businesses, in which they have given an example of how the small businesses announce new small businesses shopping tools, for example, on the Facebook or on various other websites as well. And then And this is the points that we have tried from watching the video. And then that was the case study that we have discussed in the class. And these are the references of the materials that have been utilized on the slides have been provided there. So this is all from the week 8 lecture. Week 8 lecture was basically a discussions, merely a discussion was based on the videos that have been shown to the students about the businesses, and the general discussion has been made about how the small businesses can grow up into the large businesses and what are the opportunities for them are available in the markets so they can grow up. So that was all from the week 8 lecture. Thank you so much.